All right, we're here with Jakob. Raise your hand if you have any questions. We'll get started with Josh.
Hey, Jakob, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. Maybe a game of playing with 11 players and then not playing with 11 players, and that sort of changes things. Second time in 3 games that you guys have gone down a man in a game, how much does that affect just the way that you guys want to play whenever you're playing down a man?
First of all, I just want to start with it was a tough game for me personal. It's never fun to concede four goals in a game like this, but for sure we have to get better to finish the games with 11 guys. We know on away games like this, it's tough to get points in the first point, and then we are getting down 1-0, and I felt like we had momentum in the second half when we scored the goals, and we was trying, but like when we're getting down to 10 man, we know it's going to be tough. We are trying to survive out there, but then when they get 2 and 3, then I feel like we have to stop the bleeding, because then the game is already finished almost. We have one less guy, and it's going to be tough. So then we have to find a way to don't concede anymore, because to concede 4 goals, that's too much.
This is a team that hasn't won an away game since 2024, right? So I think it's 18 straight road games that without a win. What does it take? What mentality does it take in Major League Soccer to win on the road?
No, we saw like we had the right mentality when we get out for the second half, and I felt we had to believe in the halftime. We saw that we had a lot of good clear chances that we could hurt them. So then it's just like to put the knife in there when we have the chance. And like I say, when we was getting 1-1, I felt like we had momentum, and who knows who the score will be if he was playing 11v11 all the game. But again, we can't do anything with that now. We lost 4-1, and that's the reality. So, but again, it's just a game. Now when you see back on it, it's coming a new game on Wednesday. But of course we have to be better and do better than this.
Is it a blow to the defense when realistically you guys haven't given up very much in the first couple of games this year? Is it a blow to the defense to see 4 goals get past you tonight?
For sure, it's not fun at all, and some of the goals was too easy as well. But again, the good thing then is that we have showed it in the first 2 games that we can defend really well as a team. So then it's just to get back on track there, because this team have a lot of points in us.
Thanks, Jakob. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next question, Rob.
Hey, Jakob, thanks so much for talking to us. Rob Gelano with the Sporting Tribune. After a loss like this, what kind of lessons can you take from it?
To be honest, just now I don't want to think too much about it. But again, I know it's going to be a long night. So we have to find out how we can defend it better when we're getting down to 10 men. When we are getting 1 goal against at the day going up to 2-1, we are still trying to get back, and we do some changes. But I feel like when they get back up to 3-1, then I think the game is over, and we just have to see the reality in that, and to just find a way to close the game down there, and don't concede more than the 3 goals that we already have done. It's not fun to just chase the ball, but again, it's better to just sit there and then let them play around us and just kill the game off. So yeah, for sure, it is not a good feeling to sit here now after conceding 4 goals, especially like we have said, like we have been really good in the first games, and now probably people out there are saying like, okay, are we back like to conceding a lot of goals again? But again, we are the people that can change it, and we have shown that we can do it in the 2 first games. So we just have to get back on track there.
And for my last question, Jakob, obviously the game changes on the red card. How did you guys, as a group, as a locker room, go about supporting a teammate after a high profile error like that? I mean, how do you go about supporting them and, helping them kind of get over that and, having them realize, it's on to the next one, I guess. Thank you so much.
No, I like to say, like, Gabriel has been fantastic the whole year for us, and what he is doing there, he's just trying to help the team. He's doing like a crazy run to stop the attacking. I don't know, maybe he forgot that he had the yellow that he had from before. But if he didn't have the yellow from before, it would be a fantastic one to just stop it. But again, it ended up with a red card, and like I said, we know on away games like this, it's small margins from winning to losing. So we just have to get better there.
All right, and then we'll wrap up with Sophie.
Hi, Jakob. Thank you for your time. I guess the positive to take is kind of from what I've seen from the team so far this season is considering there are new additions, there are new partnerships in defence, in midfield and up front. And I just wondered how you felt those partnerships were, marinating. Because up until tonight, it felt like there's something refreshingly new and exciting about LA Galaxy, and I guess that's the positive to take from this.
Yeah, like I can't talk too much about the past because I haven't been here before now. But from what I have seen, like now in the whole preseason and what we have been doing up to now, have been really good. So I'm really positive for what's like gonna come like in front of us now. Like I said before, we was going on the road. We know in the first place that it's small margins. And we have to be smart away to get points. So again, if you guys say that we haven't been winning away for 18 games, then there should be a clear motto to be winning already next game then, and to have that as a clear mind, because we want to win home and away. We know that we are a really good home team. And I feel like with our fans and our fan base back home, how we can play there is fantastic, and then we just have to figure it out what type of smartness we need away to get the little last piece, so we are getting the 3 points as well. Now in the end it looks bad like with 4-1, but again if we see up to 2-1-1 and before it was going down one guy, I think we had a really good chance to make some out of it, and also from the halftime talk that we had as well, like I felt like we had a big belief that we was gonna leave from here with something tonight. So again, this is the soccer, and that's why everyone loves it, because the soccer is run, and it's a short way from heaven to hell, if I can say it in that way. But again, we just have to be back now already tomorrow and work hard, because we have a game coming up already on Wednesday that we want to win.
And one last quick one for you. As a leader, as someone who's been a leader in their career, and also now, Gabriel has experience here in MLS. Does he understand kind of the mistake? Is he the type of player that needs to be kind of pulled aside by a leader like you to say, hey, this isn't kind of going to be the way we're going to win games this season? Could you just take us into the dressing room, a little bit of a fly on the wall as to how he's handling it, how you guys are handling it with him?
You could see that he was really sad when everyone came in. He was sitting for himself in the corner, so he knew it was tough to get a red card here today, and he will learn from it. And we also as a group see that like it is hard. Like at home we made it out with a 1-1 in the end. That was a good result. You have seen now New York City have been a really good team so far this season. But again, it could be a short way there as well. If they're getting first one goal, then it could be a short way to a second one as well when you're one down. And you saw it also now with Colorado in the end, like how they was keeping the ball, they was getting time, they was getting a belief in the group that they could hurt us even more. So, but again, the only thing we can do from it now, the game is over, so the only thing we can do is to learn from it. So, and I think the group of guys in the locker room there, we're gonna do that, because we don't want to sit with this feeling again too soon. Because if you had like a camera in the locker room last Saturday when we was winning compared to now, then it's two different worlds.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jakob, for joining us. Appreciate it. We're with Greg Vanney. We'll get started with Josh.
Hey, Greg, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. You guys seemed, after the first half, despite being a goal down, you guys actually seemed like you were in pretty good control of that game. I think you got what you wanted out of the beginning of the second half, getting the goal, the whole deal.
Yeah.
When Gabe gets that second yellow card, it seems to throw everything, all the work that you guys sort of put in away on that. And maybe it's the second game in the first three where you had some unfortunate yellow cards. How did you see that sort of turning there in the second half?
Yeah, I agree. I think we missed some opportunities in the first half that I think, to get ourselves on top of the game. I think Gabe was in behind once. I think Joe, I know there was a couple of, Gabe has a shot from about the penalty spot. We had some good chances early in the game. I think they had some, strings of possession, but I don't feel like they were hurting us. We lost the possession. They came back at us pretty quickly, and that ended up being the goal against. But again, I agree with you. I felt like we were in control of the game. We had a really positive start to the second half. Again, we had some opportunities. We were having a hard time putting them away, and then we get one off of the kind of second phase there of the corner kick, and now we're 1-1. And I feel like we had a lot of the momentum in the game. We had a lot of things solved, I felt, on the field. We were creating chances, but we were also defending well. I think Gabe got into a situation where he was chasing, and he just, knowing that he's got to know he's on the yellow card and he can't take that kind of risk and that kind of tackle. He's just got to keep running, and we'll run the guy into a 1 versus 2, and we can recover the ball. So he's got to make a better decision, because the decision becomes the second yellow, and that becomes then we lose all momentum, and then we're hanging on a little bit, and then it gets away from us. I feel like I don't even, to be honest with you, I have to go back. I don't remember his first yellow card, what it even came from. So I don't have a recollection. But regardless, I feel like he has to change his way of thinking if he's on the yellow card. You just have to adapt in the situation. Again, I like the hustle, but I don't like the play, because it made us vulnerable. And so for me, there was 2 very different games. There was the one going on before the red card, and then there was the game that happened after the red card, and that one got away from us.
His first yellow card was the challenge on the goalkeeper whenever he took a touch that went a little too far. That was what Chapman got him for the yellow.
Yeah. I can understand that one. But,
yeah. I know disheartening is an easy word to use in this, but is it frustrating for the guys that they've been put in situations now 2 out of the first 3 games where realistically you guys should have probably walked away with maybe 5 more points? Is maybe a reasonable guess in those games?
Yeah, I think guys were frustrated and disappointed. I think in that locker room they felt like they had the momentum to go get a win tonight. I think they felt like they had the momentum to close out the first game, because nothing that New York was doing was hurting us at the time. So again, these are lost opportunities on what I think I don't think we necessarily played particularly great. I thought we defended well against New York City. I thought we were playing solid tonight in all aspects of the game, really. I don't think we were giving up much, and I thought we were creating opportunities. And so, tonight was for sure, and the first one, they're points that got away from us. So we've got to tighten that up. We've got to keep 11 guys on the field. We've been very successful when we've been able to do that. We've got to be smart about making decisions through the course of the game.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Next question, Damien.
Hey, Greg, do you have any update on Joseph? I know it's early, the process is still early there, but any update on him?
I don't. I don't have anything. It was came up holding hamstring, I think. But I don't know how bad. Strange mechanism for me. He wasn't sprinting. He wasn't doing anything at high intensity or high speed. He just was chest trapping a ball and then kind of turning to shield it. So it's really kind of a strange, like I said, mechanism for that to happen. Hopefully that's a sign that it's not much, because it wasn't, again, in one of those high intensity situations. You usually see hammies on sprints and things like that. So I don't have it. We'll find out more here over the next day or so.
And then I know you said you didn't see the first yellow.
I did see it. I just had to be reminded what it was. But I saw it. Yeah.
Is that a yellow card though?
I think it's tough. I mean, for me, they're going to protect the goalkeeper. We do a whole thing at the beginning of the year, and if the ball gets away from you and the keeper is getting there, they want players to jump out of the way. I don't think it was anything intentional. I think he had a right to the ball. But when you don't get there on time and then you catch the keeper in the head, I think you run the risk. So I don't know. Some people may say no. A lot of people will probably say yes. And so I think you take it as it is. But for me, it still doesn't. Guys get yellow cards for things a lot less than that, and you have to manage the rest of the game. You have a yellow card. You have to then make decisions accordingly through the rest of the game. That's what part of being a pro is about.
And then once it's 1-1, you took off Klaus there. That's just protection for the week coming up, or what was the thinking there?
Nah, he was gassed, and it was just going to be a lot of defending and a lot of chasing, and he was gassed. Yeah, we're playing again. It's altitude. We're up. We need fresh legs who can chase. It'd be nice to have his size and somebody we could play out to for sure. But he came over during the injury and he had the look on his face, and I go, just push for the next 5 and then let me know when you're there, you're gassed. And so I kind of made the decision. We have 5 subs. We're playing at altitude, and we're down a man, and we're in the last part of the game. We've got to get on some fresh legs and try to get some guys who can do the work and do the running. And we don't have a guy who's exactly like Zhao to bring in. It becomes Nasi, who isn't as durable in the individual sort of duels. Maybe can get the running in, but just he doesn't hold up the ball as strong as Zhao. So it just you gain something, you lose something. You gain legs, you lose the physicality.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll move to Rob Halone.
Hey, Greg, thanks so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time. You like you said, there was 2 different games here, one before the red card and one after the red card. What did you like? What are the positives that you took away from the first 60-plus minutes of this match?
Well, I thought our defensive shape and structure was good. I think they've evolved over with the new coach in possession. They've got their pivots really close. They're very calm on the ball, and because of that, they make good choices with the ball, and they're competent in possession. But I just didn't think they were hurting us at all, and so I thought our patience, our decisions, we were starting to understand how to get pressure to them, who to release and where to release from, and I felt like that was what was adding some momentum for us, especially as we got into the second half. So I thought we defended well, by and large, and then I thought some of our attacking moments were good. We had created 3 or 4 what I would say were pretty big chances in the first half. Again, they were pretty compact and trying to release out. I think the times that, as I said to the guys, we hit some erroneous long balls in the first half that I think came back to us. That gave them some moments, and we had to chase back. We had a couple balls that I thought we played long passes into the middle of the field that were kind of straight balls. One of those came back to us and ended up being a goal, but those are ones we have to be careful of. But I thought when we were in good positions and when we were moving the ball, I felt like we could get to some decent spots, and from that, when you create 3 to 4 good chances a half, really good chances, I think that's a pretty good half. And then I think we came out in the second half similarly, but we were also recovering balls higher. We were able to get some things going in the transition. I think we could have had a couple shots off of transition that we just take a little too long. I think Zhao had one of those. He took a little too long when we played it into him. But there were some other good moments that we were creating off of our press in the second half, in addition to some other situations. So again, I think they're a solid team, and they're organized and with and without the ball. And I thought we were playing a very clean, by and large, a clean game against them, minus the 1 goal against up until, again, the red card. And I felt like we had all the momentum, and that's here at their home field and a tough place to play. So I thought we were in good shape until then.
And then on the third goal, Novak parries, but obviously it leads to the third goal. Where does the breakdown come on the rebound? Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, well, the rebound can't go right back in the middle of the field. He's got to put a rebound off to a side somewhere else. It can't go in the middle. But I also think we can't keep dropping so quickly. We have to, as we get to 24 to 22 yards out, we have to be talking through who's going to contest the shooter. Be ready to release out in that point. In that situation, I think it's probably Maya. Instead, we are dropping and we're ending up a yard or two inside of our box for a shooter who's now, I don't know, 20 yards out. He's a good shooter. He's gonna sting something that's gonna be difficult to deal with. So again, I thought we kept dropping a little bit too far before we impede and get in front of the ball and contest there. I think that's the first problem, and then the second is when you do make the save, ideally it can't go right back to the middle of the field. So the only guy that was relatively close, I guess, was kind of Jakob, but he's also, the guys are trying to get into position to block the shot, and so it kind of catches them slightly out of position as well.
All right, Sophie?
Hi, Greg.
Hey, so,
It may feel like a kind of doom and gloom after that, but out of adversity comes opportunity. So do you see this as exactly that? No Paintsill, no Peck, but what could this team look like without them?
Yeah, I mean, I think the things that we have to make sure we walk away from this game, and I think looking at New York City, looking at last week against the second game, drawing a blank against last week.
Oh, last week.
Sorry, I'm just drawing. I got other things.
Charlotte.
And then looking at tonight again for large stretches of those games, we defended really well. Again, I think we attacked really well in the Charlotte game. I thought we were nice and controlled by and large tonight, and we're creating really good chances. I think there was more there for us to take. So I think we have to remember that the last 20 minutes, and while it hurt and we took a lot of goals, is not the it's not the 20 minutes for us to focus on. It's the other minutes that we've put up until now. That's the first thing as we move into the next phase. We've got a really important game on Wednesday. That's the next thing we got to turn our focus to, is give ourselves an advantage going down to Jamaica, which means taking care of business at home, and then we'll reorganize and get ready for what's after that, which is Kansas City when we come home, and we'll reset up our group and for that game. But obviously likely missing those two guys is going to create opportunity for somebody else, and people will have to step up.
And then one more quick one. In a game like this, it's really tough when one player makes a mistake that costs the entire team. Do you have you don't want to create bad habits this season? So is there a scenario where you could kind of have a punishment system in place, like where you would fine a player for making that type of mistake? Is that something that you would consider?
I don't necessarily believe in a punishment system for that, because I think he has to grow and mature from the situation. I like the effort. I don't like the decision at the end of it. And so I probably would not go there. I feel like if he not does that, but if we continue to do things that are going to hurt ourselves, then I think, I don't know, maybe you have to consider it. But the punishment for me would be for a guy who continues to make a mistake, if that were to happen, is the bench and sitting over next to us or whatever. So I like the effort. I like the hustle. Like I said, it's a bad decision in the end that he has to mature from, and we're going to trust that he's going to mature from it until otherwise, hopefully we don't eat crow on it. But that's where I'm at with it.
Thank you, Greg, and safe travels.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. Thank you, Greg.
All right.